Hello friends, welcome to my channel Code Blocks. In this video I am to discuss Tata Elxsi coding problem, and the problem is uncommon number in two list. Okay, the problem statement is you are given a two list with their size and you have to find the count of elements that are not common in both cases. That means you are given with two size input n1 and n2, and this is the list 1 and this is list 2. Okay, so we have to find the uncommon number in both list. Okay, and we have to go and we have to just return the length of the count of numbers. That means here are 12. Okay, that means 1 1 1 1 and again 2. Okay, uncommon number in both list. So the main logic is we have to create a list, to create another list, then we have to traverse each list. Then when list 1 and list 2, we have to check that the element of list 1 is present in list 2 or not, and again using another for loop we have to check the elements of list 2 is present in list 1 or not, and then 3. Okay, and then 4 5 are present in the 4 here also, 5 here also. Okay, that means 6 also present here. Now it's 9 not present in list 2. Okay, and after that 10 also not present in list 2. Now comes into the list 2. Okay, in list 2 11 are not present in list 1, that's why 11. 12 also not present in list 1, now 12. 13 also not present in list 1, now 13. After that 18 90 20, in this 18 90 and 20, so these elements are not present in list 1 and also list 2, not present in list 1 and list 2. That means some are not present in list 1 and some are not present in list 2. This 6 are not present in list 1 and these 6 are not present in list these 6 are not present in list 2 and this is 6 are not present in list 1. Okay, so the main logic is we have to create a list. Okay, and we have to traverse the first list 1 using for loop, and we have to check that the elements are present in list 1 are not are if it is present in list 2 or not. If it is not present in list 2, then we have to add them inside this list. Okay, and now we have to take another for loop and we have to traverse this list using for loop and check that the elements of list 2 is present in list 1 or not. If it is not present, then we have to add it into the list 1, and finally we have to return the length of the list, this list. Okay, now comes to coding part. Okay, so inside this main method using scanner we are taking user input. This is for in one size of the first list, and this is the list 1 and taking the list element, as well as n2 is the size of the list 2 and taking the elements for the list 2, and create a function get that returns the length of the that return the count of the uncommon numbers. Okay, in two lists. So our first task is to create a list. Okay, list of integer. Now we have to traverse the two list using two for loops, and we have to check. Okay, we have to check the elements. Now take a for loop for integer I is equal to 0, I less than n1, I plus plus. Using this for loop I am traversing the first list. Okay, now I have to check that the elements of the first list is present in list 2 or not. Okay, so that's why we have to do list 2 dot contains list 1 dot get of I. Okay, if the elements of list 1 is present in list 2, then we have to just write the continuous statement. Okay, we don't do anything. If it is present in list 2, then we are not counting it. Okay, if it is not in present in list 2, then we have to just add the element into the list. Okay, list 1 dot add list sorry, we have to add them into inside the list. Okay, so list dot add list 1 dot get of I. Now we have to take another for loop for integer I is equal to 0, I less than n2 I plus plus. Then we have to in this for loop we are traversing list 2. Okay, and here we are checking that the element of list 2 is present in list 1 or not. Okay, so list 1 dot contents of list 2 dot get of I. Then if it is present, if the elements of list 2 is present in list 1, that we don't do anything, just write a continue statement, because continue statements keep some points or some conditions, and it moves the loop point to the next iteration. Okay, and if it is not present in list 1, the elements of the if the elements of the list 2 in not present in list 1, then in that case we have to just add them inside the list dot add list 2 dot get of I. So finally we have to return list 1 list of size, list size. Okay, now we are checking output. Now the size of the first list is 11, and we have to put all the elements. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5, another 5, another 7, another 6, another 9, another 10. Now now we have to put the size of the list to 10. Okay, and the elements of the list is 11, 12, 13, 4, 5, 6, 7, then 18, then 19, and then 20. Okay, so 12. So first the 6 element of list 1 is not present in list 2, and another 6 element of list 2 not present in list 1. So total number of numbers is 12 that are not present in both lists. Okay, so this is the solution.